Hello guys, I'm going to be talking about the recent balance changes in the October 22 season. These changes are currently in game, so if you log on, these changes have been implemented, and two changes are not being currently executed, which were in the original plan. Like the Goblin and Knight changes will not be done due to some issues on the client side. There are two buffs, 5 nerfs, and 1 rework. The first buff is the Goblin Gang, which gets its third Spear Goblin back after 5 years of it not being there. But this is mainly just to counteract how skeletons and guards are more powerful than the Goblin Gang, so they just wanted to give it a bit of a boost so they can rise in the meta again. Elixir Golem, after their recent rework, has been absolute garbage and is at all useless. Never seems to work and always seems to just allow your opponent to make a huge counter push. They're now adding 15% higher attack speed, so it hits a bit faster, so it can do a bit more damage and can maybe connect on tower and be more useful and as a win condition. The first nerf is the cannon, which gets 8% of its hit points removed. This also applies to the cannon card's destroyed version when it has its wheels removed. This is because it's the most powerful building right now, and you can't really, and all the other buildings are just completely second tier to the cannon, and they kind of needed to nerf it, or then it was just gonna become every deck using cannon except for maybe a few decks who needed it for a very specific counter. The Royal Hogs are getting a decently big nerf of minus 60% first attack speed. So this will mean the first attack will be 60% slower, and this is just because the Royal Hogs always seem to attack onto the tower and always seem to connect, especially when you split them. So just to limit that, they've decided to do minus 60 first attack slower, just that they take a bit more time and the opponent has more time to counter it. Another nerf is the Mighty Miner's hit points minus 8%. This is a small change just because it was a bit strong, and they just wanted to nerf it slightly, so it's still strong but not too strong that a lot of decks use it. The Mortar is getting it was supposed to be minus 14%, but they've decided to reduce it to minus 7%. Because the community wasn't really happy about that. It was minus 14%. And this is mainly because it's super popular and is strong, and the new decks are really utilizing it well, and it's always good on attacking, pressuring, and seems to be a great defensive building. And this is just so that it stays less time on the field and can be easily destroyed. The one rework is the Barbarian Hut, which has its elixir reduced from 7 to 6, but its spawn speed has been increased from 11 seconds to 15 seconds, but when it will spawn, there will be 3 Barbarians instead of the 2 that were meant to normally are, and its lifetime will be reduced from 40 seconds to 30 seconds, which means if it takes 0 damage, instead of it lasting 40 seconds, it will last 30 seconds, and when it spawns on death, instead of the 2 Barbarians, it would spawn when it would be destroyed. Only 1 will be, and the total Barbarian spawn have been reduced from 10 and 8. This is, they're saying that they don't want it to be, it's becoming one of the worst card, and but they also don't want a spawner matter, but they just want to make it a bit more aggressive and less annoying to play with, so it can be played a bit better around the meta, and these changes are currently live, so you can log on and see these changes. I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe for more.